Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are live on a Tuesday night, as we have been for the last several weeks, and we are talking about episode 5 of... Sorry, Matt. I apologize that you haven't watched any of it. We're watching episode 5, or we're talking about episode 5 of Loki season 2, Science/Fiction. Science/Fiction. What does it all mean? I don't know. What does it all mean? Yeah. As you can see, Dr. Earl has not made it on yet, but he is on his... Fear not. Dr. Earl is on his way, but we do have the rest...
patient, I assume.
No, he was at some fancy restaurant. He's trying to get here.
He's
there he is.
Hey, look, he's in law. Oh, there he is.
Here. Don't worry.
With his airplane headphones.
He is... Variant Earl is here with his airplane headphones. He's super important, so he has the airplane headphones. So
hold on, I got to get flight 459 down on the ground.
He's more air traffic controller.
It looks like a dictation.
He always looks like he just signed up for the Civil Air Patrol.
He's taking dictation for his patients.
Right. Yeah, like he's about to hard land a Cessna.
All right. Well, let's crack up. Well, first of all, let's let the panel say hello at least. Garrison, how's it going, buddy?
It's going fantastic. Read more books. I finished a novella. I started another novel. I just,
Now, what are you reading?
Feeling really studious in my life right now.
No, what are you reading?
Fantasy novels.
Like what?
I finished up some Sanderson stuff, but I'm thinking about going with Leviathan Wakes. Maybe
he's lying. It's those types of fantasy novels.
Leviathan Wakes.
Who wrote that?
No, that's the Expanse series.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, nice. Yes. Yes.
Good grief. Nerd talk.
He's one of us now.
Expanse is fantastic.
Yeah,
that's not the first one, is it?
Well, good, Garrison. I'm glad to hear that. Uncle Brian, you're live on location as usual. How's it going,
live on
buddy?
Location in mid Mississippi. Doing good.
Mid Mississippi,
Central Mississippi, or Mississippi is just mid in general. But no, I'm.
Oh, how dare you!
I take it back. They got great burgers. Hung out with Mr. Matt, who's also in the channel tonight.
Oh yeah, Matt hanging out in the chat.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
So it was good.
Awesome.
Just rewatched Loki just a few minutes ago. So
you've actually met more people in the Deucecord than I have. you're all over the place. You've met more people.
I'm an extension of you. Is all.
I feel you. I feel that. That's good.
That's heartfelt.
You're the liaison. You're the Deucecord liaison that gets sent out and gets to meet all the Deucecord members. And
it's like I'm recruiting for Scientology. It's all good.
That's right. Exactly. Roth, how's it going, buddy?
Good. I finally got the podcast released. Completely forgot to do it last night. So apologies there.
Unfortunately, I can't say that I've listened to the episode because
it's all right. It, 2 hours ago it was released.
I feel like it just drops, right?
Yeah, 2 hours ago.
It just did. Rhett, any words of wisdom to say before we dive into this?
I've been doing a little bit of reading too.
Leviathan Wakes.
Yeah, there you go.
Manifestos.
Look, I've read the first 5 of those.
I hope it's the 3-body problem.
It's pretty good. I couldn't stay on the 3-body problem. I have to pay attention too much. It's like it's Chinese. I don't know. I'm reading it in the original Chinese. And,
well, that might be a problem.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah. That's tough. I can see how you struggle
I'm reading
through
this.
That.
It's a collection of short works about the end of the world, and it's all like written in the 1800s.
Oh, interesting.
So there was one about a comet hitting, and it's really good. Like the science is almost there, and probably a little. To me, it seems like the science is a little truer then than it is now. Like they took it more seriously than, like if we do a comet movie now, then it'll fly by and make you all turn into monsters, and that this was just, it's just going to crash into the planet and kill everybody,
Sure.
So anyway,
just your standard.
Reading is good. I recommend reading some.
Yeah, just
not a lot.
time.
Don't read a lot.
Who has time
That's
for
what
reading
weird.
when there's so much TV and movies to watch?
Yeah, but it's
I don't have
terrible.
time for reading.
Most of the TV and movies are terrible.
Things at a time. Like I can't just sit down and do one thing, like read a book.
Yeah,
The only time I can sit down and do one thing is if I'm at the movie theater because that's my only.
No, I hear people say that they feel like they're like they feel guilty reading because it's like a wasting time.
It is a waste of time.
Like it's worthy pursuit. Just to read.
It's you're stimulating the brain.
Yes, no, I fully admit, like I would be a much better person if I read. Like,
no, don't
I would be
give
much
in to
smarter.
them.
And
don't give in to them.
Yes,
I will say,
you're going to leave Michael alone. He'll be the only one who's like, I'll never read. He can't even read.
I'd be reading like
readers or leaders,
real books that expand the mind, not expanse nonsense.
No, that's
expanse nonsense.
Dude,
no, it expands the mind.
That is hard sci-fi.
Yeah, hard sci-fi.
Yeah.
I'd be reading like actual philosophy, but I'm not going to do it. So I can't judge.
You know what I read, Rhett? The Bible. That's the only book that I need to read.
Thank you, sir.
I'm waiting for the movie.
Just you and the Bible, Mike. That's all.
Came out in the 70s.
Came out in the 70s, exactly.
Rhett, they're adapting the three-body problem.
I know they are in a series.
That's why everybody's trying. Everybody wants to read it now.
Another thing for nobody to watch.
Yeah, another thing for no one to watch.
No, it's being adapted by the Game of Thrones guys, and it's actually done. So maybe it'll be good.
It's going to be.
Yeah. They've got a complete story to take. Look, I also read. Before I move on, I read some Ted Chiang. Now he wrote The Story of Your Life, which was adapted into The Arrival with Amy Adams.
Oh yeah.
I just read a collection of his stuff that's really solid. That dude is real good, and he only writes short stories. He doesn't do novels or anything. He doesn't have a lot of work, but it's all pretty good.
I love Arrival.
I actually prefer short form science fiction like Ray Bradbury. Yeah, good stuff.
Oh, I read Twitter. Arthur C. Clarke's got a
140 characters. Jacob,
Michael's going to leave here.
Not the 6 billion names of God or something. It's this real short little story that I think is just absolutely fantastic. And it's like, look, you want philosophy, Roth? That's find plenty of philosophical stuff out in the sci-fi genre. I think you find more in the sci-fi genre that deals with bigger questions than anywhere else.
The Martian stuff from Ray Bradbury is pretty good too.
No, Martian Chronicles. Yeah. Martian Chronicles is fantastic.
Hey, I've read that book. I read that book in high school. That was one of 2 books I actually read.
I only read when somebody's making me read. I don't have time for reading.
I also read of Mice and Men because that was like 105 pages.
Yeah, I didn't.
I need my book to be a tight 90.
I had to read Old Man in the Sea because for some reason.
Tight 90 pages.
I read a book called Eagle in the Sky, and the only reason I read it was my English teacher at the time was recommended it because she knew I didn't want to read any of that other crap. It was an Israeli fighter pilot who was disfigured, who fell in love with a blind girl. So it didn't matter that he was disfigured. It's full of like Israeli fighter pilot stuff. It was fantastic. It's full of sex. I read it in high school.
So I've read the Harry Potter books. I've read Fahrenheit 451, Of Mice and Men, and Hatchet.
Hatchet?
Mm-hmm.
Again,
these were all before I turned 15.
I only read Jack.
When I was in middle school, you were required to read at least 20 books to.
We were certainly required to do that as well. But they also had Sparks
There's
Notes.
something called Cliff's Notes back to my day, baby.
Freshman year of high school, when I took a test and had to write an essay on To Kill a Mockingbird, I didn't read a single page. Didn't even watch the movie. I got a 95 on it. I was like, why would I read anything?
I will say when I was a freshman, I too did not read To Kill a Mockingbird.
It's written by the great Harper Lee.
The only book I read in high school was
my senior year. I'm in AP English, and I walk in, and a buddy of mine says, "Hey, what book? We got a book report today. What book did you read?" I'm like, "I didn't even know we had a book report. I didn't read anything." Said, "What'd you read?" He said, "1984." I said, "That's the one about Big Brother, right?" He said, "Yeah." So with that knowledge, I wrote my paper and got a 9. I'm like you, Roth. I got a 97 on it. She counted off because I didn't say enough about. I was too glowing in my review of it. I didn't talk about the problems with it. So I got a 97 anyway.
Yeah, you had wrong thing there, right? Yeah.
We haven't even been able to introduce Earl yet. Earl hasn't even been able to be introduced yet.
He hasn't been able to
Earl,
speak. He's so disgusted with me.
I've been reading residency applications, and
Nice.
so that's not that exciting.
Sounds hot.
Yeah, it's really
Does
hot.
that not check Ross' philosophy box?
Well, I don't know about that.
Do most of them just use Chat GPT nowadays?
Yeah,
to do their,
it's all Chat GTP.
Mostly
Come on.
pronouns.
Yeah, they're mostly pronouns. Hey guys, I'm glad to be
3 pages long, and that's
I'm
just
glad
the
to be here to
names.
talk about Loki.
Yes, we're here to
Yeah.
talk about Loki.
Steer
This
that ship.
episode is directed by the MCU saviors Benson and Moorhead.
Yes.
They are saving the MCU one show at a time.
And they do all my legal work too.
Benson and Moorhead, yeah, they're good.
That's
They're
my
good.
They make good cigarettes too.
Yeah, my favorite pack of smokes.
Oh wait, that's something else.
They were in the episode too.
Oh, were
They
they? I
were?
didn't
Were
catch
they?
that. I didn't catch that.
They were the shipmates, or the two of the guys who escaped from Alcatraz.
Oh, that was them.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't realize
I didn't know
that.
that. With
I should have
I-
known that because
I
I've
don't
watched
know
them.
what they look like. So
Yeah, this one was written by Eric Martin again. At least he's got the credit for it. I don't know if it was just him, but he's the one that is credited for writing this episode. And it was look, I mean, time skipping, baby. I mean,
yeah.
Or
The big-
Slipping. Yeah.
skipping, slipping.
Do you even what? Do
Sliding.
you watch Loki?
Only once, only one time. I don't have time for really just watching it more than once. I've got other things to watch.
time
I
slipping.
watched War Pony last night. It was great. More important things to watch.
Best cold open of the season, I thought. I liked the.
Yep.
In fact, probably to me, it's the best episode of the season so far.
I agree.
It still had. I mean, it had some quirks that I don't like. I think it's still some of the worst of the series as far as how Loki is portrayed. I'm still going to gripe about that.
You
a little
don't
bit.
love the
It was
Loki
my favorite
portrayal.
episode of the season.
Oh man.
So
some good
Obi's
acting
the
in
bad
this
guy, right? Obi's the villain of the whole season. Is that what
Wait,
we're
what?
going with?
Huh?
He's the
No.
big bad. Loki's the big bad.
they're
No, I
not
said
replacing.
Obi.
Oh, Obi.
They're not replacing Kang with Doctor Doom. They're replacing him with Obi for the
With
big
Obi.
bad of the whole MCU.
Oh, that would be awesome.
But we love him so much, and that
It's-
would be
Yeah,
It's
heartbreaking.
because Loki ruined his life and made him get divorced.
yeah, there's some things that happened in this episode that lead me to believe that he's evil.
Really?
I
Yeah.
think he's kind of a sad, lonely guy.
No.
He's a
yeah,
narcissist. There's a lot of things about Obi.
Narcissist?
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
he's a narcissist.
No, everybody was flawed except for diverse female character. Everybody had flaws,
Well, they didn't really get into her backstory, did they?
right?
No,
Too
not
much.
at all.
But all the rest had a flaw. Like they did have something wrong with them.
Right,
So that's
right.
Yeah.
so calling out OB as having a flaw. It's the other guy was in Alcatraz. On the Alcatraz story,
Yeah,
that's the second time Loki's done that where it's a real event.
Yes.
They
yes.
have
right.
kind of used in the
1959
Loki
or
was
61.
DB Cooper.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Well,
right.
I watched this with my dad a second time I watched it, and I didn't pick
I
up
didn't
on
know
the
about that,
Frank
yeah.
Morris thing at first, but he
Yeah.
like immediately was like Frank Morris
That's one of the guys.
Yeah.
when we were watching, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's Frank Morris. I didn't say that, but I was thinking that in my head, and then his reaction to Casey being Frank Morris was like, Casey's Frank Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little probably not accurate, but that's okay.
Well,
But yeah, I mean,
which part's not? I mean, which not? I don't know if it's accurate or not, but yeah, that was the story.
Right,
those
that was
three
the
guys
story,
escaped from
No.
Alcatraz.
He was just reacting because of Casey's like demeanor in the TVA versus.
Well, everybody's- yeah, that's
Well, that's
Right.
the
yeah. Well, they're all a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, B-15 was certainly different. I mean, I say she didn't have flaws. I mean, her characterization was certainly different, just like everybody else.
I'll say this: Dawn and Mobius were a little similar.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I was going to say that they did not sway to, but that's a. Listen, now, that is a limitation of Owen Wilson. Simply is
But that
Owen
we
Wilson
love, though.
100%
that we
right.
love. That's
Wow.
a good limitation. Wow.
Yeah.
I love the limitations of Owen Wilson. I don't want him to be anybody.
Yeah, no, I'm
but
just
Owen
saying, but
Wilson.
that's that I wouldn't read too much
hey
into that.
guys,
That's just-
wow.
Well, but when he knew or he realized that he was going to potentially lose his children or not be able to ever see his kids again. Or I thought there were some good moments there.
Well, there's a great line. There's a great line where
he's a good actor. He's a good
you can
actor.
see your kids again; they'll never know. And he says, "But I'll know."
But I will.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
That was tough.
And maybe that's why he didn't want to go back. Did he have some ghost memory of that or something? Or
oh yeah,
that's hard. I think there was a memory wipe there of the at some point.
He still had the affinity for the jet ski though, so there's stuff in there that's still
in there, and maybe some reason why he didn't want to go back because of.
And again, he talked about like he didn't want to see his life on the timeline. If it were good, I mean. Then you know what you're missing out on, and it's just not a.
It didn't seem like things were going great for him.
No,
and so
his wife was gone. We don't know if she's passed away, but she was gone.
His kids were hellions. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Well, they were. No, he did. I mean, he also ignored them to some degree, right? He was like, "I'll take their call. Tell them to call me back," or he kind of dismissed them, not really knowing what they needed him for,
right?
When he was at work. So there were some hints that there's a lot to do with that character. If Owen Wilson has the range to do it, I don't know, but or we don't have enough time left in the series in this season anyway to really develop that much. But I think they gave us a lot of little nuggets there that could kind of help understand his character.
So, do you guys think that Loki created the TVA?
No, but I think he's going to ultimately. No, I think
interesting
creation happened more or less like we saw it, but I think he's going to clearly save it, and I think he's basically going to take the place of He Who Remains.
Because didn't they? I mean, didn't they bootstrap it again this episode? Basically,
another bootstrap paradox. That was Obi. He gave Obi the book that Obi wrote. So it's a circular. There's no origin point for that knowledge.
Yeah, but again, that's Ouroboros, and I feel like they're playing into that name.
And they did that visually as well. On almost every scene, he is framed in a circle, which was sharp. The snake eating its own tail. That Ouroboros symbol is a circle.
Yeah,
right.
That place he lived in, there was circle. There were fans.
And the place he lived in was very reminiscent of his little workshop.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. And also the stuff in the top of his little workshop was feeding down in like an arc into him. It was really very well shot.
Yeah, no,
there was a lot of good
production design on that, and that was great stuff. Yeah.
Roth, anything?
No, I don't think so. I mean, good episode. I've enjoyed all of these. I think this probably is the best one. It took me a little while to actually watch it. I remembered Thursday, but then it was kind of late, and I was like, well, I'll watch it tomorrow. Then I didn't get to watch on Friday. I didn't watch it till like Saturday night. So, but it's a little bit more fresh. I've only seen it the one time. So are we supposed to believe that these characters that we're dealing with are the ones that would become the TVA agents, and they're not
They're
I
would say that those are the people that got pulled into the TVA.
Right.
That's the lives that happened before. But they've never been pulled.
But I don't know that we're. I think what you're asking is, are we seeing them being pulled out of their life into the TVA? Is this their origin point into the TVA? And I don't think that's the case. I think we're entering those time streams at a different spot. You know. So I don't think it's possible. Maybe they'll do that, but I don't think they will. It doesn't quite match up. I think.
Can Loki bring people with him? Can he bring the people in the pencil cup or in the pen cup with him?
I don't think he did it. No.
Yeah, I mean, he just and that got a little inconsistent. The time slipping, he was. He saw himself a couple of times, right? They're in that cold open.
At the beginning of the episode. Yeah,
he saw himself.
I was very confused.
Yeah,
I love that.
Then at the end, when he controls the time slipping, he's back into him. It's like his consciousness transferred back into himself, right? He was sitting on the bench having that conversation, and he kept going back and kind of at different points in that conversation. There was not two Lokis, there was only one. So either that's an inconsistency or it's a reflection of him being able to control it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he ended up
watch a breakdown video on the episode. You mean watch this? This should be the only Marvel
this
and
is
Disney stuff you
this is
take in. about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
right,
except
exactly.
except for
Andrew,
MC
don't listen to it.
Not
Watch
even
it.
Earl does that. Earl immediately goes to watch John Campia.
I watch
on every moment.
I watch every reaction vision. I want to watch people
You
clapping.
think
and
those idiots at Screen Rant catch things that we know? Come on.
I exclusively listen to the Deucecast Extra and also Paul Herman and his co-host. So
Paul Herman, yes.
Look, the couple of
Listen
things
to
that
Pee Wee
bothered
Herman.
me, I'm going to get there, and y'all just have to endure it. I don't like, so when Loki first, I hate this characterization of him. He seems like he's kind of dim-witted.
You said that every
we
week.
have to do this every week.
Every week you've said that.
Look, he went but they
love
continue to do that. When he went back and saw Casey, it seemed like it took him a long time to really pick up on what was going on, and understand why Casey didn't recognize him. And then when he shows up to Don with the jet ski, we go through that again. Like, I knew what was happening before Loki did. He was still like, you don't remember me, do you? Like, he was frustrated and confused by that. Well, of course he doesn't. You should know that by now, what's happening, and he didn't, and that makes him look dumb. And they just do it for the fish out of water feel, the scene, letting him be confused and explain it to the audience, but they do it at the expense of character, and I hate that.
I felt like he was trying to explain that to Mobius. Yeah, I don't think Loki was confused. I think he was just trying to ease Mobius into the idea.
I think he's freaking out with Casey and he's just kind of, his brain's all over the place while he's time slipping.
But they rehashed that with Don, and then at Sylvie, he comes in expecting her not to recognize him, and she does, which he probably should have expected her to, because she is like above all of that, right? Like, she's not part of the TVA. She's kind of a different variable, and I don't know. I thought it was just they're dragging us along. It's a little sloppy, and using him for the exposition and the explanation, and it kind of undermines his character a little bit. That's just one of the it's in my crawl.
Yeah, I never have been bothered by his characterization in this show, because he's kind of been thrust into a situation that he doesn't understand right off the bat anyways, and so he's not comfortable in his own skin because he has no idea what's going on, where he jumped from, and so I just don't.
Thor is 1,500 years old. I think we can expect Loki to be similar to that. He is a god, and look, he even said, "Oh, for God's sake," which is not something I feel like Loki would say. Like, that's an Earth.
He would say Odin's beard
on Earth, right? He would say for Loki's sake,
Odin's beard.
That's not a. It's just those.
And I'll see you in hell.
That's just these goofy little things that don't suit, I think, the established Loki character. Now you can say, well, this is the new established Loki character. That's fine.
I think he's different.
It is very dissimilar from the Loki that I think everybody liked. Everybody liked the anti.
That character changed so much through the beginning of his onset to end game. He changed so much.
This ain't that Loki. That's the thing. They tried to catch this one up, and it's weird. It's weird, and it never clicked for me. I mean, I'm not berating any of you because you just suckle at the teat here.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, you can love it. It's okay that you guys like it.
Everybody drink.
It's one of those things.
Exactly. Here we go. Yeah, Red said suckle at the teat. Here we go.
Suckling at the Disney teat.
Look, it's the Feige teat. Get it straight. Get it straight. It's not Disney.
Feige and Filoni teats are the only teats I suckle.
That's right. Same.
You're missing out, friend.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything more than that.
I mean, I see what you're saying, Rhett, that maybe he should be a little smarter on the pickup as far as wouldn't he know that Casey's trying to get that TemPad because he's thinking, oh man, I could start doing a life.
Even that was so clumsy. I never felt threatened by Casey in that world. Like, I didn't think he was going to flub anything up. But no, just Loki generally, I think the character works better as a foil. And I guess Sylvie is set up to be the foil to
She
Loki.
is.
That's
here,
Rhett's problem, Andrew, by the way.
but she
What
hasn't
is it?
been
Yeah.
in this very much. I think Sylvie's probably been underused in this season, so Loki didn't really have a foil.
Underused and strangely used.
Yeah. But then one
With
of
a
the
bad haircut.
But then one of the great scenes in the series is her in the record store.
Yes.
Oh, I
That
love
was
that.
awesome. Yeah, that was great.
I
I
love
love
any
it,
scene
and I
like
love
that.
it. Aside
Oh,
from what's happening, I love her just sitting there listening to the music. I love the way it's shot.
Yeah.
I love the way she performs it,
And
and then everything else that happens after that is great. But that was a great scene.
I love the setup for all that stuff too, because things in her universe keep disappearing, kind of in the background or the foreground of shots.
Yeah.
Up to that point, and she can totally convinces Loki that he's just being selfish. She's totally wrong.
Yep.
They do need to figure something out because the universe is falling apart.
This is such a nitpick, and I hope you guys will indulge me just a second. One of the dumbest lines is when they're in the bar, and I'm trying to think of what he said. She says, "What do you want to drink?" So, what do you want to drink? She said, "I have 2 bourbons," and he said, the bartender says, "Excellent choice, Sylvie." Well, that's a stupid thing to say. That was a non-specific bourbon request. It has to be like that was a dumb line.
She pretty much just ordered 2 well bourbons.
Right? Yeah, like
Right.
Yeah, and I was so it's a dumb thing to take me out of. No bartender worth his salt would be excellent choice, Sylvie.
Like they were trying to convey the fact that like she's a regular there.
Yes,
a regular.
But I already knew that. I got that through their earlier interactions, and I didn't need that dumbest line of the show. It just drove me crazy.
Two
I watched it
Blantons.
again tonight, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, so stupid."
2 Blantons, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at least like if
Or walk up, Sylvie the regular. What will your friend have? Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That'd
be clever.
That'd be
that would have been better. Yeah, exactly.
So in those 2 scenes,
I'll give you that one. That's a nitpick, but gosh, it just took me right out of it.
So
It stood out to me too, and it was even delivered strangely.
Yes.
Like it was like a matter of factly, like great decision.
Yes, everything about it was wrong.
In these moments, my mind is thinking about all the possibilities that are happening in the multiverse and all these complex things are being presented to me in this episode.
Right.
I don't care about this line delivery in this one scene.
Yeah.
So she in that scene
stuff is what's happening on screen and not all the crap that could be somewhere else. And
in that scene, Rhett, with when she's in the record store, she has he who remains TemPad on her wrist.
Mm-hmm.
In the scene before that, she did not have it on at the bar. She didn't have it on her wrist. It was just
what, she probably kept it in the truck.
That may have been
you can't wear that. That's not McDonald's uniform.
Continuity glitch.
That may have also been a sign that she actually maybe was taking him a little bit more seriously than.
She put it on.
Oh well, yeah, she got nervous. Yeah,
escape hatch.
Could be.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like yeah. No, it's good.
That scene in the record store had almost a Neil Gaiman type vibe about it from the Sandman. The way it started, all the things just started unraveling. I don't know. It just
like the restaurant scene.
Yeah. Well.
God.
No. Well, that's a whole other thing.
Man, that's. See, I have read that, and that's oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's a freaky scene.
I love that episode. That's the best episode of Sandman by.
Well, no, I haven't watched the show. I've just read that.
Oh, Michael.
Read that episode is solid.
I need to watch the show still. I've only read it, so I mean.
You read something? Wow.
How about that?
Lazy read. I listened to a dramatization of it, which was pretty.
You didn't look at the pictures.
Yeah,
he read the graphic novel.
I listened to a dramatization of it on Audible
on the BBC.
Awesome. It was really awesome.
So Loki ends this episode back at the TVA right as the temporal loom is about to crap out. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's this is not my theory. I've seen it floated, and I like it. So this Ouroboros, this circular notion,
eating your tail.
Yeah. So Loki originally created the Avengers, right? The Avengers came together to fight Loki.
Yep.
And I believe they may be setting Loki up to draft the team that fights Kang.
I've seen that floated around.
And I like that. I don't usually like this conjecture, these people trying to guess what's going to happen, but that's got some teeth to it for me. And I really like it because that does kind of bring us full circle, and that, that would be great. And I think
that's been a question
points to that.
I've been asking, that we've been talking about since we've been doing like these roundtables and Marvel discussions about where the MCU goes, and like you had some pretty naturally built-in leaders, actor-wise and character-wise, with Tony Stark and Captain America and like all that sort of deal. And you're like, who is that next batch? And Loki definitely fills those shoes.
Yeah. I think Loki is a part of he's definitely a big part of this multiverse thing if they want to make it work. And just the popularity wise, I think the biggest issue is that Chadwick was clearly going to be the biggest leader, and then he died tragically at a very young age.
Yep.
And so now they're kind of rudderless.
Should have recast.
Well, they should have. Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, I thought I heard something. What?
Sorry, I had a frog in my throat.
Somebody recast?
Instead of just being like, "Oh, sure, he's Black Panther now," and I really just don't care.
I saw some, and I just missed it almost out of hand. I saw some write up just today about that, about why didn't we cast? Why would we recast Ed Norton, Terrence Howard, but not? But then we never did it again, right? Everything else has been. I mean, a couple of secondary characters, what Fandral or somebody, Josh Lucas, and then
Josh Lucas,
but they never recast another character, and it was basically that. Well, Black Panther, that's different because that actor died. It wasn't because he wanted too much money. It wasn't because he was difficult to work with.
Well,
it was. You have to memorialize that, I think.
A bunch of the cast and crew said they wouldn't work on the film if they recast it.
Correct.
So that's a problem. But at the same time, like the character is a timeless character.
Yeah, it's a good character that you have to build, you have to work around now. But I don't think there was ever any real consideration. I mean, that's a threat. That's an idle threat. Oh, I'm not going to work on it.
Yeah, and
they were never going to recast it.
Yeah.
You know what's like them not recasting him has pretty much sunk that Black Panther storyline in my mind. I don't see how they could continue any more of those characters. They're all worthless except for Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, she's good. Well, they'll just say that they'll move the time forward, and his son will be back Black Panther, and they'll cast somebody.
Well, they can't move it that far ahead. They'll leave everything else behind.
I don't know what else they can do.
But they'll have some, technology from Wakanda that'll age him.
No, I don't.
That's some great comic stuff.
They're going to ship him off to Camino and get that double age.
Crossover
when he was on SNL as Black Panther, dude, that was on Jeopardy. That was my favorite.
I haven't seen. I haven't.
That's a great. That's good.
That's a great bit.
Like white people,
right?
Oh, there was something about that show. I can't remember.
Dang, I've seen a lot.
It was on Black Jeopardy. That's what.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that. The Celebrity Jeopardy was. Let it now, please.
Well,
No,
well, that's old school. That's good stuff.
It was on Black Jeopardy.
Okay.
Yeah. There are a couple of good Black Jeopardy episodes that came out around that time.
The good thing about that Avengers theory that you mentioned, Rhett, is that it would allow them to accelerate whatever timeline that they were trying to do with this storyline and get everybody back quicker.
Well, I think that picking out thing was always going to be the case, but yeah, they could still accelerate that and go, hey, that's what
they could accelerate that specifically and bring Chris Evans, bring all the big ones back quicker.
Look, I think that makes and from every timeline, I mean, that's how you get X-Men, and that's how you get all that. What I'm saying is, and I think that's irrelevant. I think the mechanism is irrelevant. The key point is he created the Avengers by his presence originally, and now he will be the one to bring them all back together to fight.
You're saying narratively,
I get it.
Maybe they won't do it, but I hope they do.
You're saying narratively it works really well for the character.
This is a TV show, and not everybody watched it. So this, this would be essential viewing for that, and this has not been essentially viewed.
I totally agree. Look, this kind of the big events need to happen on the screen, and the shows need to be what they're starting to call. They introduced Spotlight this past week, which is going to be like low stakes. It's going to be what a lot of what the TV shows are going to be. Yeah. The MCU continuity is not going to be a big part of it. It's just kind of be character drama work, that kind of stuff, which I think
we're going to get stuff like Echo
from the beginning. And look, I think Loki is similar to Secret Invasion in one sense. Now, Loki is superior to Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
Secret Invasion is garbage, okay? But
God,
it's also, you've been in meetings where you're like, hey, this should have been an email. Well, these should have been movies.
Yeah.
This story, this Loki story could have been told in 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Sure.
The Secret Invasion absolutely should have been a movie. But
Secret Invasion should have been
long form. The pacing suffers a little bit. And the other thing, one thing you'd have to change is you'd have to have more action scenes, right? I mean, nothing in this season of Loki plays on the big screen as like an extended action sequence. Right. And I think you need that in one of these. And maybe these stories don't support that. So maybe that's why they're TV shows. But
did Doctor also fall asleep?
There's something I was struck watching it this last week, was that it is similar to Secret Invasion in that respect, where this really should have been a movie. Wait, what I missed?
Dr. Earl, were you asleep?
I've had a long couple of days, so yeah. I'm fading fast, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. I do that to myself too. I mean, this show does that to me as well. So no, it's fine. No. It's fine. You're good. You're good.
Y'all lost me at trying to figure out the whole Avengers thing.
That carbon monoxide pipe I've got going into your house is not working.
Carbon monoxide.
Is that what you better check your?
Good Lord!
He's like, oh wait, I don't smell it. It's odorless. Or is it? I don't know.
People die that way.
Yeah.
At least he's not. Wait, I better not say that's way too soon. I should not say what I was about to say.
Dad,
what?
Way too soon.
Don't edit yourself.
I was about to say at least. Oh, fine. I'll say it. At least he wasn't in a hot tub. Fine, I'll say it.
Oh my gosh, Michael!
Wow, Mikey.
The one where Michael goes there.
Oh my gosh, did he just do that?
Oh,
that was good, right? That was good.
Woo!
That's good.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
America, we're sorry
Holy
about.
Smokes.
He's talking about National Treasure, Matthew Perry, and he's oh my goodness.
Why is that? It came to mind when you're talking about people falling asleep.
Now I'm awake. I'm awake now, guys.
It's all right. I tagged Mikey already. It's good.
Yeah, I see it. No, it worked. Good Lord.
My bad.
Somebody get that drop.
Good Lord, I can't believe.
I don't know where...
Usually Garrison says stuff like that.
Yeah. At least he wasn't doing drugs.
Okay, so where were we now? Who's the Avengers now? What's going on?
No, you missed it.
Yeah, you missed the whole conversation, Earl. You've been asleep for 20 minutes and you didn't know it.
Oh, wait. Are we talking about Bass Reeves yet? What are we talking about?
No, we're not doing that.
Let's talk about Ozempic and why it's such a stupid thing for people to use to lose weight.
Oh, wow. You're really trying to.
Garrison,
holy cow.
Wow. Garrison, why is it stupid? What?
That's a huge moneymaker for Earl.
Yeah, come on now. Don't be
leave Eli Lilly alone.
Earl has never prescribed anything off-label.
Earl's writing those scripts.
He's not giving those out to anybody but diabetics.
That's true.
I don't even know where to go. I don't even know what happens. I don't even know what just happened.
I'm sucking at the teat of Big Pharma here.
Big Pharma down there. Big Disney.
Luckily, this is just variant Earl and not actual Earl, so we're okay here.
We'll get Earl back next week.
Yeah, we'll get
he's busy.
Earl back next week.
He's busy right now.
Yeah, he's really busy right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like replicant Earl. I'm getting sleepy. I'm probably just my life.
We got to do the test.
Yeah.
The void comp.
Earl's got tears and rain over there.
Oh my gosh.
Tears and rain.
Oh my gosh, people are asking. Look at all.
Okay, did anybody
well, actually pay attention to Loki?
Don't respond to that, Earl. Don't respond to Andrew's message.
Andrew, they didn't give you painkillers?
I totally forgot.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you didn't get Percocet for your wisdom teeth coming out, you need a new dentist.
Did you have your wisdom teeth pulled, brother? Man.
So I forgot to go back until after the end credits and listen to whatever this thing Brad said. Did anybody go back? Was it anything?
There's an end credit
from his
scene?
arcade game.
Yeah. There's nothing.
What happened?
Yeah, they
like
play the
insert
audio.
coin, you
Oh, it's
die,
like a little sound, isn't it? I heard it.
It just
Red
says
hair.
I never wait until after the international credits though. I can't
No, it
believe
was
they put
before
something.
the international.
It was
Oh,
before the
before.
international
Okay.
into the credits.
Look,
Okay.
if Disney Plus tries to send me to a different episode, then I know there's no credit scene, so I'm out. I check out.
It was just an
It's
audio
nothing.
clip from his arcade game. It
Yes,
doesn't.
no.
Oh, okay.
Red
Okay.
hair.
It wasn't anything. Well, I mean, who was it in the Deucecore that acted like it could be something? I can't.
Everybody
remember
acts
who
like
was.
that. That's what's wrong with this whole genre.
I put what it was in the Discord.
Oh, I
said
wasn't
it.
paying attention. So,
Yeah.
okay.
No, that's the. And I blame George Lucas for it. I think Lucas screwed it all up. I think he screwed this genre up with Empire Strikes Back with that big reveal. And now every time everybody's trying to find what's the big reveal going to be constantly.
Right, he screwed it up in 2012.
Lucas?
Yeah, he screwed up. He screwed it up in 2012.
What did he screw up in
When he
2012?
sold Disney.
Oh, when he sold Disney.
Oh, when he
Or
sold,
he sold Star Wars
Oh,
to
and then
Disney.
you got
When he
the
sold
JJ
Lucasfilm,
mystery box that Star Wars never was.
Yeah.
And people are looking for it, and I mean, everybody's looking for Mephisto. You've
Well,
been looking
okay,
for Mephisto for 4
Marvel
years.
sort of brought that on themselves with a lot of
Yeah,
stuff they
Marvel.
did in
Yeah.
Phase- They paid off a lot of cool fan stuff in Phase 3.
Yeah.
And then in Phase 4 was Spider-Man: No Way Home, and and some Doctor Strange.
And I think that they've, in all honesty, really screwed up on this Reed Richards thing. There's going to be a lot of people ticked off when it's not John Krasinski.
Oh.
There's going to be a lot of people ticked
I
off.
thought Gyllenhaal was in the running now. Is it not?
I actually don't think so anymore.
I don't think they'll do that either.
I don't know.
They need a big name.
He's
I mean,
Mysterio.
maybe
Like,
people
that's
can
weird.
say
That's
that.
too weird.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Sorry,
I like
he was
that.
Mysterio.
I like that the grit. Well, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Do
on
it. Do
I'm
it,
not gonna
Des.
say it
Do
on
it.
air.
Do it.
not
Michael's
spoil.
already canceled.
No
We might as well
spoiling.
make it 2 out of 6.
I like that the casting grid for it says if it's not Gyllenhaal, we're going to cast a person of color.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what the
It's
casting
like
thing
what?
said.
What's the? Why does that matter?
Why can't it be like David Tennant? That would be good.
Why is that like a directive that you put underneath that?
I know. It's just the way it is right now. It is. I mean,
And is there? Oh, I want to talk philosophy now. Roth, is that okay? Like,
Yes.
yes, please.
So-
Like, just do it if you're going to do it.
If,
Don't
Mi-
put
if
it in
Michael,
the
gets, Michael gets
thing.
canceled for a Matthew Perry joke, I sure as hell can't do this one.
No, probably not.
So
Sorry, Red. After we
and Renslayer, they're coming back for the finale? I mean, they've got to.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
imagine
Miss
so.
Minutes. Everybody. I think even.
Season 3. Season 3.
I
Kang.
mean,
Kang's
Renslayer
coming back.
got pruned. Renslayer is pruned earlier in the timeline than the loom popping, so she is in the void, either fighting off Eliath or being
Mhm.
devoured by him. I don't know that we will get any Renslayer. I think you have to close the.
Oh, maybe not
Minutes loop,
Renslayer. Yeah.
but I don't know that you will get. Maybe she will. I think she's great.
because
It
we're
might
right
be-
at the moment before Victor goes down, right? I felt like that's what we were seeing
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
end.
He's going to replay that over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, he'll stop him, we'll either stop him where he gets. We'll replay it where he gets closer to stopping him each time until he does it, or he'll just.
Or do you think he'll go out there?
We've seen that bit now, so now you just stop him and go out.
Well, maybe Loki's going to take
Right.
and go out there since he can
He absolutely is, because that's in the trailer.
Oh well, there you go.
I didn't
would
see.
also
I
like
don't
to
watch the
see-
trailers.
I don't
See,
either.
now spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
alert.
I would love to see a rebooted
Fraser's
Miss
in it.
Minutes. Miss Minutes without her evilness. Like she's just back to normal, like a chess playing.
Hey everybody!
Yeah. Like
Hey, y'all.
Frodo, Miss Minutes.
Right. Yes, like a
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
And so
She's now a digital clock. She's like,
Mm.
I've had that thought, Andrew. I've actually
Analog.
had that thought.
That's interesting, Andrew. What if Renslayer is a female variant of He Who Remains? It's like,
Well, there's a theory
Ooh.
she's going to be the female Kang.
I mean, wasn't she in the comics?
No. Well,
Oh,
she, like I said, she became another character called Dominatrix and took
all right.
over the.
Yeah.
Dominatrix.
You know what?
over the-
I'm
I mentioned
intrigued
this last
now.
week.
Yeah. Let's talk about that character some more.
Yeah, Rhett's got a first edition of that.
That's Marvel Spotlight.
Marvel Spotlight. That's Marvel Smutlight. That's Smutlight. That's what that one is.
Well,
It was
very-
After Dark.
That's Hulu only. That's
Hey,
direct.
I'd be in for
only.
MCU After Dark. I'm all
wow. Oh man.
I'm down.
Good watch.
MCU After Dark.
All right. Well, so we know that the last episode's 56 minutes. Is that right? Didn't they release
Yeah, I
that
think so.
information?
It's the
Yeah.
longest
Oh,
of the season, right?
Wow,
Yeah,
that'll
good.
Wow.
Good. That's the way-
They've been shorting us on
It's the
these
second
finales.
longest finale ever on Disney Plus.
Wow, that's pretty great.
For
Yeah.
Marvel.
I'm pretty darn
Wow.
excited.
For
Wow,
Marvel,
wow.
Wow.
Does that include credits?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
every country
and
in every
that
language
includes
ever.
international credits too.
Yeah,
It'll be-
everybody's,
Oh, it's
everybody's
30
with their
minutes.
ear pressed to the speaker, trying to hear
Listening
the
for Brad.
secret.
Everybody's
Everybody's
gonna-
Marvel secret.
What's Brad gonna say?
What's Brad up
Or
to?
what are my next instructions to destroy the world?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Man,
Where's Brad?
Manifesto
Brad
of
was just.
Mephisto.
Where did we leave Brad?
Help
He
us
was
out,
just-
Garrison.
He was
Bring
locked
us
in a
back.
room.
Just sell it
doing
and
ad for a
We,
scrambled eggs.
Well, who cares about Brad? Can we get into the Variety article at all, or do you want to talk about that at all?
about the
Which
Marvel.
one?
The
Doom?
the one where they broke down what was going on at Marvel, and the fact that there was a draft of
Yeah.
Blade where they made Blade like the fourth.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
That was debunked. That was
The
debunked.
fourth what?
That
Yeah. most
okay.
of
Well,
that's
it
dead.
was only debunked. Okay, it was debunked by a writer who wouldn't really know that anyways. So
I was
it's
about
not
to
really
say,
being
I know what you're
debunked.
talking about.
Yeah.
Debunked. That's not debunking. He
Yeah,
just said he
It's
never
not a
saw
good word
draft.
to use.
Look, there's always some truth to those, but I think that's probably over.
I know about the casting for that film, and I would not have been surprised if
Yeah.
that were the case.
So I think it was a
Said he was going to be the
empowered.
doofus.
There was going to be empowered characters giving life lessons.
His
and,
daughter was
yeah.
a character, which is not
Yeah.
a real character.
Not a
Mia
real
Goth
guy.
is going to be a huge character in the film.
Oh well, okay. I'm in. I'm intrigued.
They're going to change all that, though. I mean, they've got.
What is this
I
you're saying
think
about the fourth?
I think Iger's going to change
me up,
all of
fill me
this.
in.
They know better.
He'd be like the
now
fourth
at this
lead in the
point.
film, Blade in the film Blade.
After look,
I mean,
after
the rumor is that it's the first
after
time
the
anybody
Marvel's
ever heard-
tanks.
Like the rumor was that it's the first time anybody heard Feige yell, and he fired the producer who
Yes.
was
Wow.
covering up the fact that the Blade production was going to be a disaster.
Yes, I
And,
did hear that as well.
Yeah, and that guy.
I
no
sent
longer
that to
employed, but
Mikey,
I
I
don't know
think.
who that was.
Okay.
People keep not saying the name, so I don't know whether that's. I don't know what truth there is to that.
I heard that from
Well, no, they
some people
named
who
the-
usually don't BS on
Right,
it.
but they don't say the name. But nobody said who that producer was. And,
Oh
No,
no,
they
no, I
did.
know
They-
who. He's on.
they-
You
they
can find him on the fandom website.
He's
Okay,
gone.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
never saw
that
the
guy's
name.
gone. Yeah, it is rated R.
Sweet.
That got announced, Andrew. It got announced that it's going to be rated R.
We
Blade
already
and
have a
Deadpool
Andrew.
perfect Blade, so this is silly.
Is
Don't
it
say
perfect?
that.
It's so cool in '90s. It's
Yeah.
not
It's
perfect.
perfect.
That
Is
man,
Echo?
that
bloodbath
has
at
the
the
beginning
best
perfect.
opening. The best
Ever.
opening of any movie ever is
Certainly
when he's
Marvel.
walking in the
Any
blood
Certainly
coming
best
from the
Marvel
ceiling.
opening. Yeah.
Yeah,
Any
it's
movie.
so awesome.
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
Let's-
any
let's-
movie
let's-
ever.
Let's bring it back. a
Echo.
little bit.
Echo should be rated R.
Girls,
Look, hey, what does
It is.
does Wesley
It is.
Echo
Snipes
should be
show
rated
up
R,
in
Echo's rated
Deadpool
R. It's
3?
TVMA, which is the equivalent to rated R. I
Mm,
mean,
okay.
so
which is the equivalent
it
did you
of
see
rated
the
R.
trailer for it?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
No, I
rated
have
R.
not actually watched
I'm
it.
not
It
going
has
see
to
that
be
movie.
R.
Yeah, it's pretty. Hey, listen,
And I
does,
think
does
that-
Wesley Snipes show up in Deadpool 3?
And they have to CGI his eyes open, just like
Just
in Blade.
Frasier. Just Frasier. Only Frasier in
No, he-
Deadpool 3.
He's not in
It's just
Deadpool 3.
Frasier.
Hot salad, scrambled
He's in
eggs.
Marvel.
Frasier.
It's Frasier. As Frasier. Kelsey Grammer as Frasier.
Frasier from Cheers before he went to
That's the
Seattle.
better Frasier. That's the
Yeah.
better Frasier, anyways.
See, I thought it was getting
Whoa,
mild.
whoa, 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 whoa! Frasier proper is very,
And he's like,
very
"Where's-"
good show.
Yeah, Frasier is one
Cheers
of
is
the
also
better
very
sitcoms.
good, but
Cheers holds up also.
Norm Peterson's one of the
It
best
does.
sitcom characters ever.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm not going to argue with you there.
Need
I'm
Frasier
more,
bursting
I
in
was always
asking-
more of a Diane fan than the other one. I can't even remember
I like Diane.
Rebecca, was
Diane.
Yeah.
You need
Was it
Frasier
Rebecca?
bursting in asking where Diane is.
I think it was Rebecca.
Oh, Rebecca. Was it Rebecca?
I feel like it was. Kirstie
Yeah,
Alley.
that I liked Diane.
I think it was
better. Kirstie Alley was not. She was not good in that show.
Yeah. That first season was so solid.
And look, this is going to be controversial, but I
It was
preferred. Was it Coach
to Woody.
over Woody? I liked.
Yeah, I did too.
I like both of them.
Yeah, they were.
Wait a minute. I think you like Woody because wasn't he from Wyoming or something? Wasn't he like that character? It was from
I don't think so. But in the first episode of Cheers, there is some sort of Wyoming reference, like a 307 area code is calling them or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, there's some Wyoming reference in the first episode of Cheers.
I mean, look, at this point, Andrew, I'm just only us. Only the 6 people in this room are seeing. There's nobody else.
There are
seeing
6
it.
showtimes.
Only 5 of us are seeing.
Oh, Uncle Brian's
I'm out of town, guys. So
there's
that's right.
Showtimes
Yeah.
for the Marvels on Thursday night in Cheyenne. 4 of those are premium screenings. There's less than 100 tickets sold.
Oh my!
It's
all night.
Going to be really dirt. This is going to be DC levels of failure for.
No, I
Feige,
think it comes in under 50.
Blue
And
Beetle probably is going to have a better opening week.
You think it's going to be under 50? Wow,
guys.
I think so. I think so.
All this negativity. Let's talk about our favorite Cheers character. I mean, Cliff is clearly the best.
I'm a Norm guy. The line, it's one of the first few episodes as well, when Norm walks in and they say it's so cold. How can you stomach to drink cold beer? And he said, well, in England, it gets pretty hot over there, and they drink hot tea and drink cold. It levels your insides out. It delivered way better than that, but it's just one of the best excuses to drink beer ever.
Yeah, levels the inside.
Levels your insides out. Hey, well, back to the Marvels for a second. I think the Marsh King's daughter will outperform it this weekend.
No, you're full of crap. Marsh King's daughter.
Wow.
You think there was anybody that dressed up as Ray to go see the Marsh King's daughter? You think there's cosplayers as Ray going to see the Marsh King's daughter?
No,
What's up, Norm?
I cosplay as her. What was that character she did?
No.
I cosplay.
No, Rhett. Bad Rhett.
What's up, Norm? I don't know, but I know this next beer is going down.
Silent Witness. Yeah, that's my
I know
Ridley cosplay go-to.
Oh my God. All right, we got to get out of here after that. This is devolving quickly. Hey, look, good news for all you Yellowstone verse fans. We did decide to do Bass Reeves. We're gonna do Bass Reeves.
Yay!
I kind of dug the first episode. I've only watched the first one. I haven't watched part 2 yet.
I need to watch it though.
It's very Sheridan. It's very self-serious and well written. Sure. I mean, the good news is David Oyelowo is a fantastic actor. So good.
Great in Silo.
Oh, I see. I need to watch.
Nobody has Apple.
I've seen the first episode of Silo.
Yeah,
but he has Apple.
You should just read the book Wool if you want to know about Silo.
Yeah.
Read.
I think this show's better.
Are we back to reading?
We're eating our own tail right now.
Yeah, this is our
I'll watch anything that has Rebecca Ferguson in it. I'll just say that.
She's great in it too.
That's fair. So yeah, we're gonna do Bass Reeves.
Rashida Jones is great in that show.
Wow,
she's good.
I like Rashida Jones.
I've never had anything bad to say about Rashida Jones.
I have occasionally.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bass Reeves, but the way we're doing it, we're not going to start it until after. Let me just get through this, and then we can be stupid. We're not going to start it until after Loki's over, and we do our Marvels roundtable, which that's actually next week, people. We're going to do the Loki season finale and the Marvels roundtable on the same night.
Oh, I thought we were separating those.
Nope.
So you're saying I've got to watch? I got to
Reeves.
see Marvels before Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday.
Why just don't
Yes.
What
Make the effort, doctor.
or sit one out?
Huh?
Just sit it out.
Sit what out?
The round
Look,
table.
I'm warning you right now. I'm probably out on Bass Reeves. I don't think I'm
Oh, that's okay. It's look,
I'm gonna leave it to
Jacob
you
and I
guys.
can do it. Melissa's going to join us.
It's all good.
Melissa's in on it. I mean, so
Brett and I are going to spin off into the book talk.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Why
yeah,
aren't you
y'all
going
can
to
do
watch
the
Bass
Expanse.
Reeves? It's in the Yellowstone verse. You have to watch all of it.
Yeah, there.
He can't talk about the reasons.
We'll get Matt Mink.
Just don't
We'll
want to
get
watch.
Matt Mink on for Bass
No,
Reeves.
this
Matt,
is- yeah,
that
I
sounds
get
like a show Matt would watch. I don't know. If he
Can
watches it.
confirm that
Can confirm
that he would love it.
It's a good. It's part of the Yellowstone verse, Red. You're a bad fan.
Maybe.
Red's just upset that there's probably not going to be a whole anti-Catholic arc in this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah, so I'm not interested in it.
1923.
So
Timothy
you're not-
Dalton's character in 1923 almost
That was a
broke
little
me.
over the top.
That is
Yeah,
the worst
was like,
character
what?
ever on television.
Hey, I was thinking about 1923 the other day. That show was not good.
No,
the
it-
hell-
Not very good at all.
The
Well,
hell
Helen
they were
Mirren, Harrison Ford stuff.
That
The
stuff was
Africa
good.
stuff
Well
was pretty
written.
good.
Yeah, I
that
like
was
that.
okay. Yeah.
They had good chemistry on screen, but overall, that is
Timothy
not a good show.
Dalton's character was ridiculous.
Awful.
Yeah, but I like
Swirling
the
mustache.
I like the
Yeah.
Africa story and the
Stop it,
couple.
Rob.
You know,
Yeah.
Andrew asked, "All you're ever going to be is mean and a liar and pathetic." That's what it says, Andrew. It's a
God.
Taylor
oh
Swift.
man,
Why are we
There.
doing that? He's a Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie. Like I got Swiftie.
Hey, you saw the movie. I didn't even see the movie.
Dude, that was an experience that I have never had in a movie theater before. I have never seen
I
so
love-
much happiness.
I opted.
I
for it.
loved
I
your
didn't want
line.
to. I didn't.
Happiness.
As somebody who probably would have seen it alone, I didn't want to end up on a list like David probably is.
The only
I-
thing
Popping
that
into
I
those
can
movies.
the
Yeah.
only thing that I can like personally equate it to is when I was in the same room as George Lucas. That's the only thing that I could like.
Wow.
And,
And
these,
you were, like,
these
about
people
to
that were
pass
watching
out.
it, these people that were, they're not even in the same room as Taylor, but they're like so elated to be watching a concert film. Like I couldn't understand.
Yeah, it
I
seemed
didn't
like the kind of
understand
movie like Paul Rubens would have gone to see 25 years ago.
Jeez, Rhett. See,
Paul Rubens,
I,
Woody Allen.
let's rewind 5 minutes. Rewind 5 minutes when I said we need to stop because we're going to I should have just cut the episode at that point, and then we need to go back. We need to pick a different time loop and go back to where we were.
We need
my
the time split.
I've got my Tim pad right here,
Somebody
ready.
Get their Tim pad out.
Let's do the
erase
Tim pad. Yeah, Tim pad bracelet or whatever she's got. That's. Is anybody turning into spaghetti yet? I can't
No,
see.
but
Look,
listen. We're done.
OB built a Tim pad in 1994.
Hey guys,
Eighteen
it's
Out of the
months.
junk he had
It
laying
took
around
him
in his,
18 months.
in his hut.
And it's
'Cause
so
he
it's
had
like flickering all around.
Wobbly,
He had
but
a
he knew
TVA.
exactly. He knew
I love that.
exactly where to go in the time stream.
I
to
loved
find
it.
It took him 19 months.
In the background, it was like moving around and stuff. It was
It took him
hilarious.
19 months with the schematics to get.
But I just no, it's far fetched nonsense.
I have seen so much
I
worse on
believe that
YouTube.
Tony Stark can discover time travel while he's washing dishes more easier than I believe that he
No.
built that Tim pad.
He had
Oh,
the
it's
TVA
great.
manual.
Ouroboros,
had
he
the
knew.
manual.
He was. It took
And
him
he was a
18 months, right?
He was a
cost
science
him his
/
marriage.
fiction author.
Tony literally built. He's like he makes a Mobius strip and goes, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, I got it. He did it. Well, he at least had AI helping him, but no, this guy did it. He's not even
Wait
a doctor.
minute.
He's just working on
He's
a
a theoretical
PhD.
physicist.
He's a
He's
physicist.
working on a PhD. Well, so there's a lot of astrophysicists out in the world. None of them did it. None of them did it until the
Yeah, but they
30s.
didn't
had
have
a
the
guide.
schematics. They
Tells
didn't
them
have
how
the
to build
schematics.
it.
Did it in the 31st century.
Right.
That's where he did
guide
it.
got a
on how to
book.
build it.
Oh my gosh. This is devolved. And speaking of Mobius strip, that's why Mobius is named Mobius.
Well,
'Cause it's
no
a big
kidding.
Mobius strip.
I don't know what the hell a Mobius strip is.
Look, it's the thing that
It's a
Tony literally
cartoon.
had that makes
Yeah,
him
that's the
that
thing,
scene.
yeah.
when he's.
It's a thing.
Hey, so are we done with Kang? Is that over?
He's
No.
taking a Holiday Inn Express.
Done with Kang?
Who did? Brian, you stayed at a
Obi.
Holiday Inn Express?
No, Obi did.
Oh, okay. I'm so confused.
So Jonathan
I didn't
Major's
even know
out.
those. Is Holiday Inn still around? How does that
Yes.
company
Oh, yeah,
even
man.
exist?
Yes,
Oh,
most
okay.
definitely.
I don't know. Your friend's quote. Wait, what?
I don't know that one.
I've
I
got a
didn't watch Friends
PhD.
because I was
pretty-
I was
Who said? Wait, who did that line? That had to have been Joey. That had to have been Joey who said that
Had to
line.
have
That's
been.
a good line.
Somebody said that in Friends.
All right, listen. We'll be
Doesn't
back
seem like
next
a
week,
Friends joke.
God willing.
Hi, gang.
We'll be back next week.
Are we
for
not
the
going to get
finale of
to
Loki? For
Are we not going to get to
the-
promote our stuff?
Oh yeah,
I
go
got to promote.
ahead. Is this the beginning of sexual healing? That's what it sounds like. That's exactly
What's
what that
going
beat
on?
sounds like.
We're feeding the ducks, Earl. Come on, plug your stuff.
All right, Garrison, go ahead, plug your stuff. What do you have? You're reading more books,
This is
whatever.
You can find me on Twitter at GRyfin3, GRYFUN3, and Instagram as well. You can find me on Letterboxd at GRyfin, GRYF. I cannot speak right now. GRYFUN. Oh,
Find him in the
Don't
local
blow your voice
library.
out. You've got to do the news later. Don't blow your voice out.
I'm Garrison Ryfin. See, it's back.
Okay.
I'm back, baby.
Brian is in the Deucecast. He is
Always.
off the grid otherwise. He's very
And-
much like Earl. He's off the grid otherwise.
Undisclosed hotel rooms. That's just where I
It's
am.
not a Holiday Inn. Definitely not
Negative.
a Holiday Inn. He
Hotel,
said earlier the
motel,
company name, which
holiday.
they are not a sponsor, by the way. We are not sponsored by that company that he mentioned earlier.
Holiday Inn?
Roth.
Roth from
Right,
Wyoming
exactly.
on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. The podcast is the Good Day for a Movie podcast. Just came out 3 hours ago now. It was supposed to come out Monday morning at 6 a.m. It was on Swingers. Fun episode.
Oh yeah, good
Fun
movie.
episode.
Your money, baby. Your money.
Our next one, your money, baby, Dr. Earl, is Soylent Green.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Very good.
they are
Spoiler
people.
alert.
Yep.
Soylent Green is people.
Soylent Green is people.
Damn it, I haven't seen it yet.
Classic line. Classic line. Rhett,
Come on,
do you want
Rhett.
anyone to be able to find you
no,
anywhere?
I don't
Are
want
you on a
to know if
Usenet
real
somewhere? Or
Yeah, I'll be in the
Jeez, no.
alt binaries.
alt dot
Not
binary?
erotica.
Yes! Let's go! I gotta get on there.
Earl,
Download some files.
I'll be at a Nug
Okay,
Hutch
Earl.
in my furry costume.
stop with the. Just made Earl do. You made Earl do a spit take, or Rhett do a spit take. Listen, Earl. So
Yeah.
next week you
What?
can be on for Loki
Okay.
and just leave when we start talking about Marvels. It's
I
that
might
easy.
have seen it. I might see
that-
it.
But if you take the time to see it, you're welcome
uh,
to stay. bbs.exe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody that hung out in the chat. Matt, even though you're not watching Loki, I appreciate you hanging out. Andrew, appreciate you hanging out. We'll be back next week. Like it, subscribe it, bell it, all that stuff.
Comment.
And we'll see y'all next week. Good
That's
gracious.
like